Good morning, dear students. How are you? Good morning, Emir. How are you all doing? Good morning. Good morning, everyone, one more time. Okay, guys. So, how are you all doing? How's your mood? Are you all ready to start our today's lesson? Good. Okay. So, let's start our today's lesson then. And let me put the presentation on. Guys, do you see the presentation right now? Yes, all of you? Okay, good. And how can you hear me? Do you hear me well? Okay, good. Okay, guys, can you tell me what kind of grammar topics you have already taken? Erbol, good morning. Last time we talked about present continuous, but what was the previous topics? Yes, there were two topics. We talked about present simple and present continuous. But we talked about this grammar topic separately, right? We took one lesson only present simple and one lesson only present continuous. But today we are going what? We are going to take these two grammar tenses together and we are also going to compare and contrast them. Okay? Okay, the objectives of this lesson. So what will you be able to do by the end of this lesson? You will be able to contrast present actions like present simple, present continuous, and routines, present simple. You are going to what? You are going to tell the difference between these two grammar tenses. Okay? And your homework. Don't forget to write your homework. It will be your workbook exercise from page 19, sorry. And you also have some exercise from your class. And don't forget to send your homework to my new email address, okay? Is your homework clear for you? Have you understood what to do? Okay, nice. So then let's start. What are we going to do right now? We are going to watch the video and answer these questions. Please, you have 20 seconds. Focus on those questions. Read these questions. Have you read? Have you all read and have you understood? Okay, good. Now you're going to watch the video and you need to answer the questions which you have just read. Okay? Oops.
What are they doing? The Clarks are having such a great time. It's a pleasant evening. Paul and his parents are watching a comedy. It's so funny. They're laughing a lot. Lucy and her mom are sitting on the sofa. Lucy is playing with her doll. Oliver is playing with his toy car on the floor. Lucy and Oliver are not watching the comedy. Olivia is in her room. She is sitting at her desk. She is typing on her laptop. Mrs. Clark is leaving now.
Where are you going, honey?
I'm going to the kitchen. I have to make dinner.
I'm coming too. I want to help you.
Mr. and Mrs. Clark are making dinner now. They like to cook together. Mrs. Clark is slicing the vegetables and her husband is frying the food. Dinner is ready now. But Olivia is missing.
Where's Olivia? Paul, please go to her room and tell her we are waiting for her.
What are you doing, Olivia?
I'm writing an email to my friend Amy.
Dinner is ready. Everyone is waiting for you.
I'm sending it now. I'm coming.
The Clarks are having dinner now. They are enjoying it. It's almost bedtime. Paul is going to the bathroom. He is brushing his teeth.
Mom, what are Lucy and Oliver doing? Are they sleeping?
No, they aren't. They are taking a bath.
And they are splashing water all around.
They are having so much fun.
Oliver and Lucy are in bed now. Their mom is telling them a bedtime story. Olivia is lying on her bed. She is looking at some photos on her phone. Her parents are knocking at the door. They are opening the door.
Olivia, are you playing games on your phone?
No, I'm not. I'm just looking at some photos.
Her mom is taking away her phone.
It's very late. It's time to go to sleep, my dear.
Olivia's parents are kissing her goodnight. Olivia is sleeping now. Paul can't sleep. He is going on a class trip tomorrow. He is thinking about it. He is very excited.
Okay, guys. Do you hear me? Can you hear? Yes? Okay, let's answer these questions together and find out what is happening, what was happening in that video or what is happening. And we also have some questions for present simple. You need to use present simple or present continuous to answer these questions. So the first one, what do the Clarks do in the evenings? All evenings, in your opinion. But the question is, what do the Clarks do in the evenings? Not only one evening, but all evenings, each evening. Okay, they relax, but how do they relax? What do they usually do? Excellent. Usually, the Clarks watch TV in the evenings, yes? Do they always watch comedies? Maybe not always, right? And what are they watching on TV? What are they watching on TV in that video? Yes, Victor, they are watching a comedy on TV right now. And what is Mrs. Clark doing? What is Mrs. Clark doing in this video? She is not watching TV, okay, and what else is she doing? I've done you right. She's sitting on the sofa, okay, what else? She is playing with children, but remember, after playing with children, she's gone to the kitchen. Yes, Ajarkon, Mrs. Clark is making dinner, right? And what do Mr. Clark and Mrs. Clark like doing in the evenings? Maybe they usually do something every evening, right? What do they like doing? Excellent, Ahtan. They like cooking together in the evenings, right? Next, what is Olivia doing now? Bayel, your answer is also correct. We are answering the next question. She's sending an email, Emir, you're right. She's writing the letter to her friend, right? What else does Mrs. Clark do in the evenings? What else does Mrs. Clark do in the evenings? Probably she does it every time, every evening. What else? Remember? No, but not children. I'm talking about Mrs. Clark. Okay, let's check. She reads the bedtime stories for her younger children, right? Because she does it all the time. She does it every evening. Okay, we have just talked about actions, right? The actions which are happening right now or around right now, around present time, like today, this week, this year, for example, and they are not finished. They are still in progress. And we also use the actions which are planned for future, yes, something which we have already planned. What tense do we usually use for these types of the actions? The actions which are happening right now or which are happening around the present time. Okay, we use present, but what kind of tense? We have different present tenses. Yes, Aftan, you're right. They usually use present continuous, yes? And I want to repeat one more time for the actions which are happening right now, today, this week, this year, this month, and the actions are in progress in present time. So what about actions which are habits or repeated actions? You see that? Yes, this is timelines, so repeated actions. Or when we talk about facts or generalizations, like the sun rises or the water boils at 100 degrees of Celsius. Or for scheduled future events, for example, my plane lands at 11:20, for example. So we use what kind of tense? Yes, Nursultan, you're right. We usually use present simple. Yes. And now we can see the differences between these present continuous and present simple tenses, you see? Now, what kind of keywords or hint words we can use with present simple? We usually use always the word every day, every month, every week, for example, yes? Often, normally, usually, sometimes, seldom, never, first, then, on Fridays. These keywords or hint words are always used with present simple tense. But with present continuous, we use the phrases like at the moment, at this moment, today, the word today, now, right now, listen, and look. If you see these words or phrases in the sentences, you can automatically think that it could be a present continuous, yes? Okay, good. Let's look at the structure of the sentences. How do we usually form present simple and present continuous? The present simple always what? Takes the auxiliary verb do or does all the time. But the present continuous takes the verb to be, yes, to be all the time. So, with the pronouns I, you, we, they, we use the verb work. But if you take the verb work as an example, right? But with the pronouns he, she, it, we always use works. Why? Because we add s ending to the verb, to the main verb, yes, in present simple, in affirmative sentence, right? But what kind of changes happen when we talk about negative sentences? We usually use don't with I, you, we, they, but with he, she, it, we use doesn't. And what can we use s with work in this case? No. If we already use doesn't, the auxiliary verb in negative sentence, then verb we take in an infinitive form. We do not add s ending, yes? Next, and the questions. We use do, does on the first place of the sentence, and then subjects, right? For example, do you work? Do we work? Do they work? Or does he, she, it work? I know that you already had these grammar topics, but it's a kind of consolidation, yes? And we are comparing these tenses together. Okay, and as I have just said, the present continuous always takes the verb to be, and of course we need to use to be everywhere, yes, in positive sentences. I'm, we are, you are, they are working, he, she is working, for example. Negative, I, we, you, they, I'm not working, we, you, they aren't working, he, she, it isn't working. Question, am I working? Are you working? Is he, she, it working? Okay? And in present continuous, we add what kind of ending? ing ending to the main verb, and we have to use to be verb before the main verb after the subject. Okay? So, it's practice time. So, what do you need to do? You see these 10 sentences, yes? So, please choose the correct tense. You need to choose either present simple or present continuous. Let's do the first one together. Andy sometimes what? Reads comics, because we are talking about what? Repeated actions, right? Next one, we never, excellent, watch TV in the mornings, right? Listen, Sandy is what? Or sings, or is singing, which one? Is singing. You're right, Aftan, because the action is happening when? Right now. My sister usually what? Excellent. You have got what kind of keyword or hint word? Usually. Yes, usually. Next, my mother makes or is making breakfast now. Is making, correct. They often clean or is cleaning. Good job, guys. You are all have given the correct answers. Excellent. Look, the boys are coming or come home. Good job, are coming. Every day his grandfather goes or is going for a walk. Every day goes, because we are talking about repeated action, right? I'm chatting with my friend at the moment. Which one? Excellent, I'm chatting. And cats eat or are eating mice? Cats eat or are eating mice, which one? Eat, you're right, because we are talking about general action, right? Good. So what do we need to do here? We have another practice exercise. So you see, look at these pictures. Sandy's on weekdays, Sandy on weekdays, and Sandy at the moment. So what does she do on weekdays, and what is she doing at the moment? And here you have got some options to use, like phrases or words. Using them, you need to make up a sentence in present simple or in present continuous. Please go ahead. On weekends. She studies on weekends, yes? But do we have the word study? No, we don't have. We have only the word teach. Okay, good. She teaches on weekdays. Yes, you're right. And what is she doing right now? At the moment, what is she doing at the moment? Guys, work faster, we have little time. She's playing a table tennis. Okay, good. Next, David. Again, use the words or phrases from the bottom of the slide. In the evening. And this evening. What does he do in the evening? Look at him. He is holding a microphone and he's trying to what? Record maybe someone's speech. David interviews in the evening, and Well, what is he doing this evening? What is he doing? He's playing billiard this evening, right? Next. Now let's talk in plural form. Ellie and Joey. So we need to talk about two people here, and be careful with the auxiliary verbs, guys. In the morning. What do they usually do in the morning? Okay, I've done, but we don't have the verb eat. Look at the bottom of the slides. Yes, Ellie and Joey have breakfast in the morning, yeah? And what about this evening? What are they doing? Guys, they are singing this evening. Good job. Next, Mary and Bob. You have got the word regularly and on Saturday. So look at them. Look at the picture. What do they do regularly? Okay. Nursultan, Mary and Bob feed the animals regularly. Yes, right. And on Saturday, maybe we are talking about coming Saturday. Then it should be a plan, right? Bayel, but Bayel, you forgot the auxiliary verb. Yes, Nursultan. They are going into town on Saturday. You're right. Good job, guys. So here we have got what? Some mistakes. Some sentences contain mistakes. Some of them do not contain mistakes. So could you please correct the sentences which have some mistakes? Okay, every Monday Sally is driving her kids to football practice. You think there's a problem with driving, yes? Let's check. Yes, every Monday Sally drives because we are talking about routine action, yes? Next, I usually working as a secretary at ABT, but this summer I study French at a language school in Paris. That's why I'm in Paris. What is wrong? Yes, I usually work, yes. And here is I am studying, yes. Next. Shh, be quiet, John sleeps. When the action is happening. Yes, the action is in progress and it's happening now. Good job. Next, fourth one. Don't forget to take your umbrella. It's raining. Is there any problem? Do you think this is a correct sentence? Yes, you're right. Don't forget to take your umbrella. It's raining. This is correct one. The fifth one. I'm sorry. I can't hear what you say because everybody talked so loudly. Okay, are talking, yes, and that's it. Yes, Ajarkan, what are you saying? Because we are talking about, yes, action in present. And because everybody is talking so loudly. So two actions are happening simultaneously at the same time, yes, and they are not finished. Next, the last one. The business cards normally are printed by a company in New York. The prices is inexpensive, yet the quality of their work is quite good. Could you please help me to correct the sentence? Okay. Oops. Yes, the business cards are normally, because to be verb usually comes before the what? Before the keywords of, yes, like always, normally, often. And here the prices are inexpensive. Yes, guys, you're right. So guys, so we have repeated